Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this special meeting of the Waterbury Board of Education. I would call on Commissioner Van Stone to lead us in the pledge, please. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I forgot the song.
Here. Commissioner Hernandez.
Here.
Commissioner Pagano. Vice President Rodriguez. Commissioner Stango.
Here.
Commissioner Sweeney.
Here.
Commissioner Theriault. Commissioner Jason Van Stone. Commissioner Tom Van Stone.
Present.
President Brown.
Present. Call on Commissioner Stango.
Thank you. Item number 1.1 on the agenda, Director of Special Education appointment. Ladies and gentlemen, with the approval of the Committee on School Personnel, Superintendent of Schools recommends approval of the appointment of Melissa A. Baldwin as the Director of Special Education, effective immediately. Respectfully submitted and so moved.
Second. Discussion. I'd like to call on our Chief Academic Officer, Darren Schwartz.
Okay, thank you. It is my distinct pleasure. It's been a long time coming. Ms. Baldwin started her teaching career in Terryville at Fisher Middle School in the fall of 2001, where she taught middle school BDLC for 4 years. In 2005, she transferred to Terryville High School, where she taught in numerous roles, including co-teaching and resource rooms. In addition, she started a classroom for students with multiple disabilities. In 2009, Ms. Baldwin applied and was awarded a teaching position at Willoughby High School. She quickly took on multiple leadership roles in the building as PBIS coach, EIP member, and acting as a building administrator when the need arose. In October 2014, Ms. Baldwin applied and was appointed as supervisor of special education and was assigned to multiple elementary schools, including Carrington, Duggan, Reed, Tinker, Bunker Hill, Hopeville, and subsequently Willoughby and North End Middle School. She was asked to step into the director role as the interim director earlier this year and has worked tirelessly with staff, families, and the community in providing a high level of service to our most needy students. Mrs. Baldwin is married, has 2 children, Samantha and Alexa, and her husband Steve. Both Samantha and Alexa both attend WAM and will be attending WAMs during the next school year. She has a master's degree in special education from Southern and a bachelor's of science degree from the University of St. Joe's. Ms. Baldwin has participated in numerous community activities during her tenure here, including Relay for Life, Autism Speaks Walk, and volunteered as a unified sports coach and many other roles. And I just want to say that, Melissa stepped in and she's done a fantastic job. Her and I speak quite often after 8 o'clock, after 9 o'clock sometimes on the weekends. She's always available. She always gets back to me very quickly. We've heard nothing but great things from the administrators out in the buildings where she serves as well. So it's my distinct pleasure to be here tonight and see Melissa take this role.
Thank you. Any other comments? Commissioner Van Stone?
Thank you, Madam President. Through you, a number of us on this board for a while now have had a couple issues coming through the special education department, especially with paperwork and such, going back to probably since Anne Marie was here. And even in this very short time that Ms. Baldwin has served as interim, I at least am already seeing a more expedited approach to that process, allowing this board to have more input on the contracts, at least in a timely fashion where we have a say in them. So for that I appreciate, and that's the beginning of what I think will be a much more to come. So I'm very excited about Melissa today.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Van Stone?
Thank you, Madam President. Through you, of course, I've been an advocate that splitting the job was maybe something we didn't want to go through, but however, this is one department, special ed, that I take a very close interest in. And Mrs. Baldwin has been right there for every question I've asked. whether it be through me, a parent asking questions, things have been taken care of. I think in my 4 years, and I'm not even at 4 years, between interim director and directors, I may need a second-hand account what I've seen in just those short time. I think now we're where we need to be. So I'm so looking forward to the direction that we are in now with this appointment, that we should be very happy with this choice. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Harvey.
Thank you. Just want to quickly say that I am pleased with this selection for it being Melissa. I receive calls. I'm not going to say constantly, but regarding special ed. And Melissa has been very responsive and prompt in responding. But I will say this, that we have a lot of work to do to, improve upon what we're doing. And so I know you're open to that, and I know you have the energy for that. But I am pleased with this selection. I look forward to working with you further. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Okay, with that said, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Can we do roll call?
A roll call vote? Okay.
Yes.
Commissioner Harvey?
Yes.
Commissioner Hernandez?
Yes.
Commissioner Stango?
Yes.
Commissioner Sweeney?
Yes.
Commissioner Jason Vanstone?
Yes.
Commissioner Tom Vanstone?
Yes.
President Brown?
Yes. Unanimous. Thank you. Do you want to say a few words? Careful of all the wires. We'll hear from our new supervisor of special education. Drum roll.
Thank you all so much. I really didn't expect such wonderful, kind words.
What are you looking it up for?
I looked at everybody. I'd like to thank President Brown and everyone, the whole board, Dr. Olette, Mr. Schwartz, Mr. Brenker, for selecting me to lead the Department of Special Ed and for supporting me in the transition for the past few months. I'd also like to mention that the last few months would have been very difficult if not for the support of Doreen Biolo, Corporation Counsel, and of course the very efficient and hardworking staff I have on the second floor, including all of my supervisors, Wendy, Dunya, Elaine, and the support staff. I look forward to working with everyone, improving and continuing to work with the community and answering any concerns and improving our policies and procedures that we currently have in place and delivering a service to our students and our families. Thank you so much for having faith in me.
Thank you,
you.
Melissa. Commissioner Van Stone, Committee on Finance.
Thank you, Madam President. Through you, item 2.1. With the approval of the Committee on Finance, the Superintendent of Schools recommends the approval of the attached agreement for the following agencies for sub-grantee services under the School Readiness Child Daycare Grant for years 2017 through 2019. The ARC Child Development Center, Catholic Charities, Children's Center for Greater Waterbury Health Network, Inc., Children's Community School, Children's Village, Easter Seals Rehabilitation Center of Greater Waterbury, All Kids Child Care, New Opportunities, Inc., NVCTC Discovery School, Rainbow Academy, LLC, St. Mary's Hospital Child Development Center, Team Incorporated, the Waterbury Board of Education, and the Waterbury Young Men's Christian Association, also known as the Greater Waterbury YMCA, respectfully submitted and so moved.
Second.
Discussion. Would you like to say anything about this grant?
No, I mean, we discussed it last week. This is the approval of the individual contracts.
Okay. Any questions? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. Thank you. And thank you for your hard work. I don't know, Karen, have you come before us before? This is Karen Rainville. She's the new school readiness liaison, taking the place of former Barbara Taki. So welcome, and thank you for stepping in and doing your hard work, and I look forward to continue to work with you.
Well, thank you, sir.
2.2, Commissioner Van Stone.
We look alike, so people do it all the time. Item 2.2, with the approval of the Committee on Finance, the Superintendent of Schools recommends approval of a college readiness and success contract with the College Board for College Board Exams, products, and services related to the College Board's College Readiness System, Success System. Respectfully submitted and so moved.
Second.
Discussion. Would you like to say a few words, Paul?
This is for the next year with for students to take the SAT on SAT
right.
day, PSAT also on that day, and we're looking to do this again. This would be the 4th year that we've administered the test.
I just want to mention, and especially because I know we have a lively audience that watches the board meetings, but we can connect students from their scores to something called Khan Academy. Some of you are familiar with that. I think it's something that we should present to the curriculum committee to show that when a student takes this exam, we can link their account to Khan Academy, and where there's areas of weakness, there's specific videos that will assist them. And do you have the data of the students that?
Right now, from the initial studies with the new SAT exam in connection with Khan Academy, spending approximately 6 to 10 hours can raise your score about 60 points. 20 hours has had a correlation of 100, over 100 points on the SAT. So we are trying to engage our students in that process both during the day and at home practice.
And I've asked Paul and Wendy to work with Wendy specifically to work with the counselors.
Good.
Because I want 100% of the students to be linked into the account.
Absolutely.
100%. So
100%.
That's the number.
Good. Commissioner Theriault?
Well, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. If they're ready to drink and they're ready to improve their scores, I'm sure they will. But my real comment is last year when we took the test, we managed to take the test during the week and avoid the writing sample. I hope we're going to consider giving that test a full test, even if we have to give it on Saturday, and give the full battery of the test and not skip the writing sample.
I'll confirm where we are. We usually do offer the writing. This last year we did. The year before we did not, but we have added the full battery.
So last year they did in fact take the writing sample?
Yes.
Okay, and from now on we're going to take the writing sample.
Yeah.
Did we get the results from that last test? And when was the last test?
Well, there are two things I want to clarify. This is the day we do our own SAT test day in October.
Okay.
Then the 11th graders take it as part of their accountability matrix in April. So the October results are available, and I believe we reported that out in midwinter. And then the April test was done, and those results are just coming in.
Just coming in.
Yeah.
Why does it take so long to get the test results in from April? I mean, we're into July.
There's a
May,
norming
June,
process.
July.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Sorry.
There's a norming process to make sure that the scores are line up and what the scale would be?
It just seems to me that with all the computerization we have and all the technology we have, you know, if they really wanted to, they could probably have the test results the next day. But somehow they don't want to have the test results. I understand, you know, the comparison, and they want to compare other towns and other districts and other cities and so forth, you know? And I understand that. And they want to compile results that either make us look good or might make us look bad, unfortunately. But, you know, I do have to give Mr. Schwartz and the ILDs and the superintendent credit because, you know, our scores are coming up a bit, and that's a good sign. And I like to see that because I follow those tests adamantly, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of energy to follow them. And when I see them down in the basement, you know, and when I see a test score, as we did, I think the last time in October, the average test score in the high school in math was 8%, which meant 92% of our kids failed, you know. That's very discouraging, you know. And likewise, we receive a score in language arts of, I think it was the year before, of 33%. So 2/3 of our kids are failing. So, you know, I know we have all of these benchmarks, and that didn't do too well. It will be the last time, as I recall. But I know we need to try. I know we need to try harder. I know we're trying to develop that magic formula, that panacea, that will be the cures to all of our woes. But thanks for trying harder, and I just asked the state if they could get these results to us a little quicker. It might be helpful. You know, and now, you know, before we know it, September is going to be here. And, you know, I hope they give it to us over the summer and don't wait till September, you know, so we can start directing these kids into the proper classes so we can have individualized prescriptive education. Did I say it right there? Am I on the money? Pretty much?
Pretty close.
All right. Okay, muchas gracias.
Commissioner Van Stone?
Thank you, Madam President, through you. While Commissioner Theriault is right, you can lead a horse to water. The Khan Academy program is very exciting to me. That's something I've had the opportunity to use with my own kids, and it is a tremendous resource, and one that, well, I guess the highest compliment I can give it is I can now do sophomore level geometry. So, and I couldn't before this. I'm not too sure how I got through high school, quite frankly. But it walks you through the processes. If it realizes you are having trouble, it has extra tutorials and a teacher on video that can walk you through the problem step by step. So while John is completely correct, we need to get them in front of the screen and want to do it. If that is something we can do, it will undoubtedly raise the scores, as you guys had noted.
So we are exploring a course where that we would like to bring to the curriculum committee, where we would offer credit for as an elective for students to take that would link directly to the Khan Academy, and they would be monitored via the teacher, obviously live, to assist if there's something that's not going right within the tutorials. But the nice thing about it is that it would be individualized to that student's scores and connect them directly to those videos, which I think is exciting.
And in forming this course, one of the things we are looking at is particularly students who have study halls. So this would be a way to keep their schedule with a credit-bearing course, and also something directed towards what they need, as well as supports our accountability measures within schools.
And if we can get this going, this is also a tremendous tool for over the summertime, where we see a lot of kids end up sliding backwards.
Yes.
You know, most of the reports show that, you know, the achievement gap more often than not begins in those out-of-school months and continues to get larger and larger as the child progresses through their studies. So that was something that I found very helpful to make sure that the kids stay on target. They have certain time frames, they have to hit certain objectives, and it's almost like a distance learning course over the summer. So when they come back in that first day in fall, you know, they haven't lost a beat. So that's another great aspect of that program.
Yeah, and I think it's better than some of the distance learning strategies that other districts put forward, because it's based on specific data and it's individualized and it's at their own pace. It's not built on a course. built on information that students are supposed to know. And so it is really exciting.
Could I ask if there's any linkage, or have we thought about linking it at all to the new Upward Bound grant? It seems that those dollars can be used to support students and help them in their academic life. Would this be an area we might want to look at so that it could be targeted towards this type of individualized learning?
Yeah, Paul and I have met with Dave,
Mm-hmm.
and we've had some initial discussions.
Good.
Actually, Dave, before the Upward Bound grant, was very interested in this type of programming for students in preparation for SAT, but also just a
Great.
skills-based piece. So we can work with him on that. I feel pretty comfortable.
Yeah, that's exciting.
This is up his wheelhouse.
Commissioner Theriault?
Imagine individualized prescriptive education with no copay. I like this idea, you know, because I like it because we're thinking out of the box and we're thinking about really, really pushing the kids upward, giving them the help and the resources to go upward. And I like the idea of a class in it where they get some points for it, because that's kind of the incentive, the carrot at the end of the stick. They're going to give up a study hall, but they're going to get some credit for it too. And I like the whole idea. I like the whole framework of what you're talking about, because I think we've needed this kind of attitude, this kind of rationale for a long time. We've kind of been feeling our way in the dark, you know, with the CMTs. We know what we did there. The smarter balance, not so great. But with as the SATs come, if we can offer this kind of education that increases their skills and their adaptivity in taking the test, I'm all for it. So.
Okay, thank you very much. Superintendent's notification.
We could vote.
Oh,
We didn't
sorry.
vote on it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Thank you very much. A little distracted tonight, everyone, I apologize. Superintendent's notification to the board.
Motion received and placed on file, superintendent's notification to the board.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carries. Executive session.
You forget next week?
Can I have a motion to go into executive session?
Motion to go into executive session.
No, it's got to be done.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. It's okay.
And you don't know about her?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, you would think I would, but no.
Do you know it by heart? Then you say it.
Discussion,
She says it all the
motion
time.
to convene into executive session for discussion concerning the appointment, employment, performance evaluation, health, or dismissal of a public officer or employee.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, executive session. If we could